Hello friends, my name is James Hopkins, and as always I'm joined by my good friends Brian Castiglione and Anthony Alessino, as well as my younger brother, Jack Hopkins. On this show we're all about parlays, overs, unders, spreads, and money lines. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Parlay-Vous. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Parlay-Vous podcast. Got Jack, got Brian. Alessino is not at home, and he's not on the podcast. He's doing best man stuff, but that's okay. Real quick, game's going to be probably long started by the time this is uploaded. Giants, Niners tonight. Oof. The spread lies at 10.
10.5.
10.5.
I just checked
It's
it.
moved more since the last time I checked
it.
Personally, not going to touch it. I think it's going to get really bloody, Giants fans. Just good news. You're going to get plenty of sleep tonight. Tomorrow's Friday, and we're on to the weekend. You don't got to watch the Giants on Sunday. You'll have some fun, win some bets. So we're just going to get through it. I'm personally 10.5 is too many points, but I do think it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah. Not
touching it. Thursday night games are fucky-wucky. The only thing I might do a sprinkle on, because I was up from a Monday night Saints Steelers moneyline parlay. Might sprinkle a little on Jalen Hyatt anytime. I believe it's still sitting at 700 or 750. Might do a little dash on that just because why not? It's fun. Especially if this game.
$850 on DraftKings.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a Debo touchdown would be pretty fun tonight too, whether it's rushing or receiving.
You know who I was thinking of? Kittle.
Yeah.
Has Kittle scored yet this year?
He's not.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he
I
has.
don't know, but you gonna pull off the back-to-back? Are you gonna become the Thursday Night Football touchdown Nostradamus?
I don't know. That would be great.
Because you want us all
That's right.
running
Last week it was Hawkinson.
twice over.
Man, it was a tight end
Twice
too.
over.
Yeah, you got two. Damn. Kittle feels good, but really, I could see Debo too because I agree with you. I think the Niners are going to
where are Debo's odds?
105.
Yeah, not worth it for me. The way the Niners offense goes.
If Ayuk was there, he'd probably have better odds.
You'd think, Ayuk's not there. There's less targets for him. They use George a lot to block. They use Debo a lot of weird ways. It'll be like, who's their third string running back? Who's their third string running back?
Jawan Jennings.
Yeah, Jawan Jennings. He's actually plus 285.
Fucking Juszczyk will score tonight.
Juszczyk was higher than Hyatt, I'm pretty sure.
Like,
he was plus.
He's not. Because they do line Juszczyk out.
He's plus 1100 for Juszczyk.
He'll be the halfback in shotgun for his blocking and pass catching ability, especially down by the goal line. What's Juszczyk?
Plus 1100.
I don't know if I'm going to do it, but Juszczyk, I got a feeling in my loins.
49ers defense plus 425.
I think we said that on Tuesday.
I still think that is interesting too. I could see a pick six. Easy.
Nick Bosa
fumble recovery.
Realistically, what I could see. Score the fucking corrected.
Dude, it's a wild narrative what's going on with that, honestly. Yeah. But I could see, what I honestly envision is a pick six at the Giants own 30. Just a nice quick one right in. And we're like, nice, we've seen this before. We'll get right back out on the fucking field.
Charvarius Ward just jumps a button hook.
Yeah, Darius Slayton had no chance to catch it because
he wasn't turned around yet. Ward had a step and a half. Yeah. And Slayton's dumbass couldn't get his hips around.
He wouldn't have caught it anyway.
No, I think Daniel Jones has got to clean it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because he had such a great fourth quarter last week. It's hard to say it's Daniel Jones' fault. There's still no receiver talent outside of Waller. That hasn't changed. And now Barkley's hurt. And Breida's not really much of a plug-and-play replacement from Barkley. So, yeah. This game is going to lean on Daniel. I just don't know if he's going to be able to do all of those things against the Niners. He can't. Even if you get mobile, you got Bosa, Fred Warner, Trent Williams. If you want to go deep, you're still versing Ward. And I'm blanking on their safety right now. But
Jimmy Ward? And
I'm confusing the other Ward. The
Talafano. What's that guy's name? It's like the.
He's not. He's probably the next decent guy.
I don't know if he's Samoan or Hawaiian. It's one.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I want to get his name.
I just feel like
Talafunga or something.
Yeah,
like that?
there it is.
Talafunga.
The defense is layered on all facets of the setup. Bo's online. We got fucking Warner fucking backers, and then you have fucking Ward. Like, it's all... There's nothing.
And then on the other side of the ball,
I'm not saying
Kayvon Thibodeau, 5th overall pick.
Right.
By the way, segue when we
Yeah,
were talking about the Giants draft, I think on Tuesday.
Right.
That was Kayvon 5, Evan Neal 7, right?
I think so.
So they passed on Garrett Wilson twice.
Yeah. Pretty
So,
much.
Talanoa or Funga?
There you go. Yeah, I mean, Kayvon Thibodeau, does he even have any rushes this year? I think we kind of brought that up the other day.
No, Kayvon Thibodeau has yet to record a counting stat. A pass rush win, a quarterback pressure.
He has
a hit.
1 tackle.
Not a tackle for a loss or a quarterback
Just
hit.
a tackle.
He has no pressures, no quarterback
nothing
hits.
in the backfield. Nothing that caused
Now-
a loss.
I know the Cowboys were sort of banged up, but I don't want to speak out of pocket. I don't know. I mean, the Cowboys have a good offensive line. I think they were pretty healthy when he played against them. Okay. But then against the Cardinals, he doesn't get a single
Right.
pressure or single nothing, not in the backfield. He was defending himself to fans that were
Yeah.
talking shit to him on social media. And now you got to go Mike McGlinchey and Trent Williams with George Kittle giving help.
Right.
What do you think's
And you
going to
know
happen to Kayvon Thibodeau?
He's going to get double teamed on
You're not going to
Yeah.
see him.
Yeah.
Do not look for the number 5. You will not be able to find it within 3 yards of the football tonight.
I mean,
Prove me wrong, kid. I love for him to succeed. My favorite college program, all the way since the days of Jeremiah Masoli and Kellen Clemens, was Oregon.
right.
I want to see the kid succeed.
No, I mean, we know how Kittle is with blocking. He'll chip him. Like all fucking night probably, and that'll open up enough time for Purdy or for the run blocking to sweep around and do their usual 49er shit. You know how it goes. They love running their sweeps and
Just
getting people cracked. And if Kayvon's not already getting through the line to begin with, I mean, he's just going to get swallowed up by the extra fucking blocker that's coming around, basically.
better eat your Wheaties tonight, kid.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really nice to see the Giants at least compete, but I truly do not think that's going to happen. So, if you're going to bet Niners, but I am honestly staying away from it. But, since I'm on the streak, my touchdown bet for tonight, I'm going to stick with George Kittle. We're going to go tight ends back to back and see how it goes.
All right.
And I'll do this until I don't get it. And then it'll be over.
I don't hate Kittle. I'm sticking at Kyle Juszczyk and Jalen Hyatt.
What do you think? You going to stay with Debo?
Debo. Yeah, but
Debo Samuel?
Debo Samuel. Yeah, that's my guy.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
Nah, I want 1 by air and 1 by sea. That's what I want.
So who you saying?
I
One
want
by
two.
air and 1 by sea.
Yeah,
How
one
the
you mean
fuck
ground?
by land?
1 by land, 1 by fucking.
By all ways of travel. Listen, dude.
It's going to start raining at one point during
He's
tonight.
gonna slide in, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
There's gonna be a puddle in the pylon. Debo's gonna dive across it, slide through the puddle.
Head first.
Yeah, breaking the plane.
It's
Good
gonna
God.
be great.
All right, so as it turns out, we as fate would have it, we just had a friend of ours text us about 20 minutes ago, asking us for fantasy football advice. So we're gonna try to get him on the phone right now, and he's gonna walk us through this trade.
I was trying to see if I had a screenshot of his team, but he hasn't sent it to me.
I realized that, like, after we started, that the actual trade he sent me is on my phone that we can't use. So,
Hopefully I can get service down
you on the Weave?
here. I am.
What do you have, Verizon?
Yeah.
Does Verizon allow you to make phone calls over Weave?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I don't know why it's not connecting.
So suspenseful.
I know. Let's see. Call failed. That's not good. Maybe
Mhm.
I don't get the call on here. Can we call him on the computer with your phone?
My phone's on airplane mode
Oh,
while it's recording. So I'm not even
Jack,
sure.
are you willing to call?
I am, but I do not believe I have
I can
a
give it
cell
to you.
phone.
Well, I actually have this number memorized, and I didn't realize.
You should read it out loud and we'll give it to the world.
I was gonna read it out loud.
631. Well, we're gonna do a little filibustering here, and I guess kill two birds with one stone while we're
We're
trying to
ringing.
get Gage on the line here. Oh, it's ringing. He's not gonna have your number.
I know.
Hello?
I do not have that number.
That's Jack.
That's Jack. How we doing, Gage?
I'm alright, how are you?
Good, good. Here, you want me to take?
Yeah, hold it near that microphone.
Are you just like holding the speaker of the phone near a microphone?
100%.
You
Yeah.
got it.
Nice.
All right, so we received your text earlier. So run us through the trade real quick. What are you getting? What are you sending?
So I'm getting Derek Carr and Zach Moss, and I'm sending Dak Prescott and Hunter Henry.
Okay. So,
I have Lamar.
oh,
He's
Yeah.
He's my QB1.
oh, okay. I didn't know that. Our other question we were talking about off the air is who's your other tight end?
Darren Wall.
Oh my goodness. This is key information I didn't have before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that changes a lot of
I
things.
still have questions before I formulate my plan.
Yeah.
How many teams is this league?
12.
12 teams, and it's a one quarterback league.
Yes.
You start one quarterback.
PPR.
Start one quarterback. Yeah, PPR.
So
And then we have like a quarter per rush attempt.
Okay.
right off the bat, a couple of things. What's your record?
1-1 in this one.
Okay.
The first week was atrocious.
Yeah,
My-
everyone
Second
was.
week was pretty damn good.
Here are my things. My first thing is everyone knows this about me who listens to this show. I'm a one quarterback guy. In leagues that are that small where you only start one quarterback, I do not believe in rostering a backup. Because if everyone else in your league has two quarterbacks on their roster, that's 24. There's still 8 quarterbacks to choose from at any given point. So I don't believe in wasting roster spots on quarterbacks. So the first thing I would say, if you were going to make the trade, try to get Carr out of there and get another piece of value back.
You're gonna love this. I had 3 quarterbacks that started. I had Rodgers.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Yeah,
So you picked Carr up?
he's getting Carr in this trade.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I got Dak on an accident.
So-
I was sitting in traffic. He was an auto pick.
What does this guy want from you? What's the key piece? I'm guessing Dak.
No, so I made the offer to trade Dak for Zach Moss because I'm trying to replace Barkley. But he was like, "Oh, let me think about it," and then he got back to me, and he wanted Hunter in it and to throw me back Derek Carr.
So he offered you Derek Carr for Prescott and Henry, and then you
Hunter
countered
Zach
him.
Moss. No. Originally, I said Dak for Zach Moss because I was like, I don't need 2 quarterbacks,
Gotcha.
but I need to replace my running back.
And then he included Derek Carr and asked to get Hunter Henry in exchange on top of the other two.
Correct.
I've got to say no.
What I would say,
Because Saquon Barkley is only going to be missing 2 to 3 weeks.
yeah,
Some people were talking in the local radio that if the game wasn't on Thursday, he might try to go on Sunday.
yeah.
So I wouldn't be willing to give up a piece like Hunter Henry regardless of who the other tight end is, because Hunter Henry's currently tight end 1. Every single receiver on the Patriots sucks, and Hunter Henry is going to see plenty of balls.
Okay.
So-
because I was thinking it's basically a trade Hunter Henry for Zach Moss. Like by the time Barkley comes back.
Yeah, and in that case, I personally would think you lose that trade. Because Hawk's right. The problem with it is Barkley will be back in 2 weeks, and Zach Moss is good for right now, but we still have no idea what's going to happen with Taylor. Taylor could decide that, like, week 5, he's like, I'm just going to ball and then get myself a new contract at the end of the year, and then Zach Moss is going to be useless for the rest of the year, barring a Taylor injury. But what else does this guy have? Like, do you want Derek Carr? Because I feel like you could probably move that piece around if you really want Zach Moss, and get a better player out of Carr than Moss. I mean, no.
Oh, let me see what he's got in his.
Because I get the plug and play for Zach and Moss for the next few weeks, but at least in this trade you can get maybe another long-term player like out of this if you really want to do it.
I just think tight end is this position in fantasy football where there's like 6 of them that matter, and then everything outside of that, the variance is not like the drop off between 1 to 6 and like 7 to 12 is significant. The drop off from 7 to 12 to 13 to 32 is not very significant at all when you look at the numbers. So when you're looking at a situation where you potentially have 2 of these 6 or 7 guys, giving one of them up to get a filler replacement for maybe 3 weeks isn't a good long-term decision in my opinion.
Okay, I wasn't sure how useful Hunter Henry is going to be in the coming weeks, or if he just had like 2 games where he scored a touchdown.
No, he's good.
I think he's going to see a lot of balls. I mean, the Patriots' best receiver arguably is Juju Smith-Schuster, who hasn't seen the field a lot because his knee is reportedly ready to explode at any given moment. Devontae Parker has no 4th or 5th gear.
Kendrick Bourne's kind of building chemistry with Mac Jones, but it's not going anywhere.
Pop Reynolds fumbled the ball, so he might as well fuck off till the bye week on a Bill Belichick team. So,
all right. So I guess the better question here, rather than finding another piece, who do you have to replace Barkley on your team right now?
I just picked up Matt Braid off the wire.
But you don't have anyone else, any other running backs?
No, I mean, just like Chuba Hubbard.
Okay. How does your waiver wire look, Finn?
What do you mean? Like, what order am I?
Like, what do the players look like? Who's available? If you just open it up and read the first 3 names.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Braid was top 1.
Yeah, okay. That's all I need to hear, really.
This was like Kendra Miller.
Yeah, if Matt Breida was the top added, then damn.
But I mean, that could have been because of like popularity.
It's just crazy. People have 3 quarterbacks, and the running back wire is still so thin. I think I'm gonna have to agree with Hawk. I think I'd just hold still. Fill Matt Breida in. He probably won't do as good as Saquon, but
I was surprised that this guy wanted so much. I thought he would have been happy because he's got Justin Fields as his starting quarterback, and I was like, Dak has an easy 3 weeks out of him. I thought it was a fine trade for him to make, especially because Zach Moss is just on his bench right now.
yeah, I mean, really a philosophy thing on how certain people value quarterbacks. Some people value quarterbacks high. I really don't. Like in leagues of that stature, we start getting to 14, 16 teams or 2 quarterback leagues, stuff like that. Then it gets different for me. But standard PPR leagues of that size, you're gonna be able to stream a guy for 1 week or 2, and then the whole idea is, guess what? If quarterback is really hurting you, the whole idea of that strategy is to, when everyone else is picking quarterbacks in rounds 3 through 7, you're just picking up talent.
yeah.
So the idea is when one of your stars go down, or if you do decide that you need to get a better quarterback, you just go unload one of your surplus of talent that you acquired in the draft and make the correction that way. Sometimes you'll luck out that way and trip into a star, and now you can turn it into a 1 for 2. Here's the thing. I don't disagree with the idea of selling high on Hunter Henry, especially that you have Darren Waller. I just feel like you would need to go get more than a backup quarterback for him.
I agree.
So either look for something more on that guy's roster, hold Hunter Henry 1 more week, and see what happens against the Jets this week. He's probably, even if he has a down week this week, he's still going to be sitting, and I would imagine the top 5 rank. He's number 1 right now.
Yeah.
And, maybe revisit it next week, see if more injuries happen, whatever might go down in week 3. Because he is a high-value trade chip that could have the potential to be a sell-now candidate. But I think it's more worth it to fucking hold for now, honestly. Not to replace. If Barkley was going to be out 6 to 10, make the trade.
Yeah.
Go for it.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to. But they're talking Barkley might be back in a week or 2.
Yeah, but I like the idea that Hunter Henry could be worth more to this guy.
Yeah, and if he does good this week, then his value just goes up.
Yeah, I'm looking at his squad right now. Unless you think that he could be worth it, like a defense. He's got a 49ers defense.
Don't do that.
But, I mean,
No, I don't think so.
Who are his running backs besides Moss?
he got Chris McCaffrey,
Yeah, he's not giving it up.
Raheem Mostert, Najee Harris.
Oh.
What if we swapped out Moss for Mostert, and then he gets an actual season-long running back? I don't know if the trade value is still there for Hunter Henry to Raheem. But...
So Hunter, yeah, essentially that would be Hunter for Mustard. Is what we'd be looking at there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate that.
Yeah, that's if you could get him to replace Moss with Mostert, I think that would benefit you better, honestly. Because then you'd have a running back who, I mean, he's in a committee. Don't get me wrong.
But don't
He's
understand.
the feature for sure. Like,
Also, like, you have to understand that it is a risk. It is football. It's a risk with anyone. But Mostert's a guy who's the early part of his career was plagued with injury.
yeah, that's true.
And he's been good for a while now. I'm not worried about him going down. It's
right. It's
just something to think
consider.
about.
Like, yeah, then I'm looking at like, would Hunter Henry be worth it as like that worth it to him? That he would.
That's his call to make. You can send anything you want.
I mean, he's got Dallas Coder as his tight end.
It might not be. I mean, that's what I would do. Because then you fill your Barkley problem, and you have a season-long running back potentially.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, like the fact that I had Waller.
Yeah, I didn't know you had Waller and fucking Lamar Jackson when you originally brought this trade up.
I knew Lamar.
would've
I knew
changed
he had
everything.
Lamar, but I didn't know who his tight end was.
Lamar thing in the text.
He said Lamar in the text, and I thought I said it when I was reading.
Oh,
it.
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe reach out to the guy on a platform outside of sending the trade.
Yeah, like talk about it. if
Just
can.
just cancel this one. Shoot him a DM or a text or something, and be like, "How would you feel about dropping so and so for Mostert?" And start a dialogue that way. And maybe you guys make a deal. If he's headstrong on Mostert, then you have more like. He came to you for Henry, and you have more power. You have the leverage.
Right, because he clearly wants him.
Because there's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I don't love it. If I could get Mostert, I could give you Henry. If not, I'll chill and let my team play this week.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel you. I wish we had a second flex. I would sell my bronze.
I feel
I
you.
wish we did it. We have two running backs, then I wish there was a flex system. Alright, boys. Appreciate your help.
No problem. Let us know what happens.
Honesty. Yes, we'll do. I'll probably honestly just decline it and then let the week play out.
Yeah, I think that's your best bet.
And then, yeah, because I do like my team right now. I was trying to solve the running back problem, and then once I picked up Matt Breida, I was like, okay, well that's a body
Yeah.
who hopefully just replaces Barkley instead of them running it like a committee.
Right.
But
Breda will probably play a lot regardless because he could block pretty well, right?
As far as he's
They trust him at least. They trust him.
They'll have him on the field.
I read that they trust him to block and they do not trust their rookie running back.
No,
Well,
that's a pass block probably.
Eric Ray or whatever.
Yeah, most rookie running backs are not known for their ability to block.
Not against the Niners either. It's not gonna happen.
That's the reason Zeke still has a job in the NFL. That's what people don't realize. They're talking about how he's a bum and he's lost a step, but he's one of the better blocking running backs in the NFL,
Yeah,
and that's why
for real.
Belichick signed him. That's why he's got a job still. Very good blocker. It's important. Michael Carter. That's how he gets on the field for the Jets.
Right.
You know. So blocking when you start getting into backups, the ability to block is important. All right. Well, thanks for this, man. It
Yeah,
was
this
great
was
timing. It worked out
Pretty
well.
lit.
Yeah, no problem. And one more side question.
Yeah.
Chargers Vikings over. Definitely, right?
What is it set at again?
I think it was like 54.
54.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would take the over.
Chargers are scoring 30 a game right now.
Yeah, that's true. I just thought about
And
that
their
too.
defense sucks, dude. How do you have Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack and you can't figure out how to get to the quarterback? Brandon Staley sucks. First coach fired. Brandon Staley. Lock it up. Think you can find that on DraftKings. If not, they should put it up there.
Alright, boys, I'm gonna head out.
All right.
I'll see you
Peace out, brother. See you
All right,
tomorrow.
we'll see you tomorrow.
later.
Peace.
All right.
Damn, we're like a real fucking radio station, man. We got
That
call
felt
ins,
lit,
fucking.
dude. That was exciting.
All right, so Thursday.
It's good to know I can still
Little
talk
fantasy.
fantasy football, even though I haven't thought about it since last genuine.
It's probably so stress free though for you.
Oh, dude,
Not
Sundays
having to think about
are great.
Yeah, that's fucking
Sundays are
amazing,
great.
honestly.
I get to wake up and think about what I'm gonna gamble on for 4 hours,
Yeah.
and then I just overthink it, and that's how I wind up only making like 2 or 3 bets instead of 15.
Right.
It's a good strategy. Just have several cups of coffee while you're thinking about what you want to bet on for hours. So I guess we'll do the old Saturday showdown. I actually
Oh.
need to quickly
Oh.
see. I think I might have went over. Did you tell him that that's what I have?
No, he just texted me.
You gotta tell him I put it in already. Let's fucking ride.
My brother texted me and he's like, I might sprinkle Coastal Carolina win with the over. The legitimate same thing he just said.
Well,
All right,
let's
weird.
ride.
So 2 weeks ago, I'm either 2-0 or 2-0-1, depending on how you want to call it, because of the way the spread moved. Penn State versus Illinois, minus 14.5, played a minus 16.5. I'm pretty sure they crushed Illinois. Can you get the score check for me on that? We had Cuse versus Purdue over 57.5 points. This was bad beat alert for Jimmy because Jimmy tailed every single one of these bets on Saturday. Brian was sitting there with me. We got 35-20 in the waning minutes of the game. Purdue throws a touchdown. I start freaking out. I'm having a banner day gambling on college football to this point. Cash the over. Up. There's a little laundry on the field. Holding. Comes back. We got like 2nd and 20 or whatever it is. They wind up going for it. No, it's 55 points, right? We only need a field goal. But they're down by 15 and there's 2 or 3 minutes left. So they're not kicking a field goal. They go for it. They don't get it. Syracuse gets the ball back. Garrett Schrader hits the best play fake in the history of fucking football, dude. Takes off scurrying upfield. Would have been an easy touchdown if he needed it. But he didn't, and he put the knee down. And that was the end of that.
Damn.
Oregon versus Hawaii, minus 23.5.
That's classic bad beat shit, though. I
Yeah,
feel like
dude,
that
it
shit
was,
happens all the time.
It sucked.
Penn
Yeah.
State crushed Illinois 30-13.
Yep.
Damn.
Oregon versus Hawaii, minus 23.5 in the first half. I know that cashed. I don't know what the score. I think it was 38 nothing at halftime.
34.
Jesus Christ,
Oregon.
really?
Yeah.
It was, yeah, they crushed it. They were up by 24 points at the end of the first quarter.
Oh my god. Jeez.
So that was 2-1, and then I had Tennessee versus Florida. Like, don't love Tennessee minus 6.5. Turns out, I knew there was a reason I didn't love it because they got
Kicking.
crushed.
Did they?
It was a
got
dick
fucked up?
kicking. Yeah.
And you know
So-
what? I went in on some college football action that last week, and I'll throw you my bets because another just bad beat, not bad beat, but the way the game shakes down. I had Florida money line, which
There's
cash.
been 4-2-1 so far this year. Go ahead.
Logging in real quick here. Alrighty, where's our slip? Alrighty. So, DraftKings gave me a 50% odds boost on college football parlay. So I was like, all right, let's go to work. Took Alabama money line minus 10,000, throw in for the parlay. Florida money line plus 170 cashes. Troy money line lost 16-14, which had a touchdown call back at the end of the game. I was watching the game. Then I had Pittsburgh to win against West Virginia, and they just got dick kicked. So, 17-16 final score in that game. Not a bad showing for your boy, but, watching more college football and getting a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm lost in the fucking sauce as far as college goes.
Football.
I just
you
do
have to
whatever
put
you
the
say.
time in, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you have to really.
I just look at your bets on Saturday and go,
Yeah.
will I be around to watch this game today? Basically.
So for this week, here's what I'm doing. I'm keeping it simple. I got 3. Well, first of all, for fun, because this is it's currently 7:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Game's about to kick off, so it's not gonna matter. But I did personally just put money on parlay Coastal Carolina minus 4.5 with over 63.5 points. That game's about to kick off, but I did put that in. Based on, they're both home run threats, both of the Georgia State offense and Coastal Carolina offense, both home run threats, but that part of it makes sense. I also just love to bet on Coastal Carolina, whether it's logical or illogical. Here we go with the picks for the Saturday showdown. We have the game everyone's talking about, especially coming off of last week. Colorado playing the Oregon Ducks.
Holy shit, that's the game this weekend?
Colorado is
That's
playing.
It just keeps getting more hype every
fucking
week.
And then
game.
Colorado's got USC next week.
Damn.
And they lost
dude.
Travis Hunter for these two games.
Holy
Because
shit.
Henry Blackburn sucks.
Damn.
So,
I didn't realize they were fucking taking
Oregon, yeah, they play in the Pac-12.
Wow,
Colorado's in the Pac-12. That's
yeah.
the same
Holy
conference.
shit. Okay.
So, Oregon's 20 and a half point favorites, somewhere around there currently. Colorado, I believe, is like +6 something on the money line. The Oregon Ducks are a high-octane, high-scoring output offense. How do they get it done, Jack?
Through the air?
On the ground.
On the ground.
Colorado couldn't stop a fucking nosebleed. Oregon is one of those teams, those rare football teams. It's not as rare in college football, but they're a major home run hitting offense, and it's a lot through the ground and a lot of shit like at and behind the line of scrimmage. Colorado's defensive line has not been able to stop a nosebleed all season. With that being said, no one's really been able to stop
Plus 700.
700.
Yeah.
No one's really been able to stop Colorado either. Yes, not having Travis Hunter hurts on offense. Hurts even more on defense.
Yeah.
I don't really think Hunter's the number one receiver there. I think it's Xavier Weaver. They got plenty of guys that are going to get it done. My play for this game, although I just said I love Oregon. I've been a fan of Oregon since I was watching college football at 11, 12 years old, mostly because their jerseys were always wild. They weren't as crazy back then as they were now, but they were always different.
Yeah.
And they ran
Because
that.
they got the Nike deal.
green
They were one of the
Yellow.
first teams that I remember watching run that spread offense, like way back before.
Yeah, they were
because
sick.
everyone was doing it.
Yeah.
And like I said, when Jeremiah Masoli was the quarterback there, they're not going to be able to stop them either. I don't think so. But my point with how I like them is I might maybe sprinkle something on the Colorado money line if I could bring myself to it, but that's not the pick. The pick here is over 70.5 total points. That's my pick
Yeah,
on
that
this game.
seems safe, honestly.
Colorado, Oregon, over 70.5 total points is the pick there.
So when you described the Oregon offense, this is what I thought of when you said dinking and stuff behind the line of scrimmage.
No, what I meant by I meant
I
bubble
know.
screens and
I
shit.
know.
They
but-
really started that whole fucking thing.
But, just a wild formation here.
Yeah, the old wishbone, shotgun wishbone.
Shotgun triple option isn't real. It can't scare you. It's okay.
Okay.
It could be.
I mean,
The
according
next pick
to
here,
this
we-
team it is. But
we got UAB taking on the Georgia Bulldogs, the defending national champions, and Michigan, the two top teams in college football right now, are 0 for whatever. I think they're each 0 for 3. Neither one of them have covered a spread. Neither one of them have hit an over all year long so far through 3 games apiece. UAB, headed up by head coach Trent Dilfer, trying to turn that program around, changing the dynamic there right away. The spread is 42. I'm going to take the University of Alabama Birmingham to cover 42 points.
42 and a half.
Plus 42 and a half.
Damn.
Georgia has not been covering
42
42 and a half.
And a
Four.
half.
2
Plus 42 and a half.
and a half.
UAB.
Damn. I mean, they are the number 1 ranked team, but
Trent Dilfer is really excited about trying to turn the program around down there. I don't expect them to win. I don't expect it to be close. I expect it to be less than 42 and a half points. UAB plus 42 and a half. Next one coming in, another great game we have in this week's slate. Florida State University Seminoles are taking on the Clemson Tigers. Florida State just came off of a game where it was a close game with Boston College. I think it was within a field goal by the end. They were beating them up and then they let Boston College back into it. They're a well-coached program. Travis Hunter is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. The name of the receiver is skipping my brain right now, but he's going in the top 20 of the draft probably this coming year. They're going to bounce back and play big. They're playing Clemson and Cade Klubnik, who honestly, this is the worst Clemson team of Dabo's career. It's not even close. The worst Clemson team of Dabo's career. I'm pretty sure Dabo said it already. They are not a
Damn.
good football team. Florida State minus 2.5. Those are the Saturday showdown picks.
yeah, the public's going heavy on Florida State.
Yeah.
Minus 2.5. Damn, Clemson's not even ranked this year at all.
They started ranked. They lost.
Damn.
You just hate to see it, you know.
Who did they lose to? Was it they got their ass kicked? LSU, I think maybe. First week of the year.
I don't know what to tell you. Let's see. I mean, it makes sense. They probably
And
lose to
DJ
Philly.
Wagalele is over.
Yeah,
and
dude,
over.
they got beat the fuck up these first two games.
Who was the first game?
The first game was against. Well, I'm going in the wrong.
You gotta read the date.
Yeah, what the hell?
No, because they'll just go into last year's schedule.
They had me in 2018
Yeah,
right
you
now.
gotta read the
What
date.
the fuck? There we go. Let's get. Now we're in this year. Yeah. So last week it was FL Atlantic. They won 48-14, but they won. Duke beat them up 28-17.
Duke.
And then Tennessee beat them up. Oh, no, that was last year. But Duke beat them up 28-7. And then they beat an unranked team 66-17. And then they beat another unranked team 48-14. Charleston Southern
Florida
and
Atlantic.
yes.
It was Duke that
They
beat
got
them.
Syracuse next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was Duke that beat them up in the opening week. That lost me money. The reason I said LSU is because LSU also lost me money when Florida State beat them up. So that's where the
Right.
wires crossed there. Sorry, people. It's a lot of football I watch, a lot of bets I make. The wires get crossed once in a while. So that's the Saturday showdown. There's a good slate of. There's like I think 5 matchups of.
Dude,
top
I
25
thought
teams.
Colorado State was going to be like the premier game, but I didn't realize it's Oregon, then USC. Like,
Yep.
I guess I didn't realize what the Pac-12 is essentially.
It's also Utah,
Damn. So
Oregon State,
they're versing fucking for real teams. Like, no, now with
Washington.
if they somehow beat Oregon, would they just jump the rankings?
Yeah.
Essentially,
They'll jump their rankings. They beat Oregon for sure.
and they're not ranked right now. I don't think. right?
Colorado, they lost their rank.
I don't know. I'm asking you.
No, they were ranked.
They were.
They were ranked after they beat TCU.
I thought they were 18. Now they're 19.
19. Yeah. Started the year unranked though.
Yeah. Okay. Damn. 2 weeks. Just fucking came out. Even though they lost last week too.
No, they won.
Oh no, they did win. Yeah,
They didn't
yeah,
cover the
that's right.
spread.
That game was at
They
2.
lost against
Right.
the spread.
I lost last week.
Yeah. Me
Right.
too. Me too, brother. That's that. That's college. Going to be a good slate of games this Friday into Saturday, and then of course the NFL. We're going to take a break and we'll come back and start doing some of this handicapping and betting.
Let's do it.
What up, guys? We're going to get you back to the show as soon as possible. I promise you that. But before we can do that, we have to make sure that all of our listeners are looking good and feeling better this fall with Saatchi Di Dinero. October 14th, Saatchi is releasing their fall 2022 collection. You want a hoodie that's nice and comfortable. You can wear it out when you're running errands. You can wear it out to the bar. You can wear it maybe when you're going to pick up a date. Whatever you want to do this fall, Saatchi's got you covered. These hoodies, they're pre-shrunk, and it's an oversized fit. So basically what that means is you're going to want to grab one size down from what you would normally wear, and you're going to be perfect. You normally a large, grab a medium. Normally a medium, you want to grab a small. It's very simple, very lightweight, very comfortable. We got a promo code for you. The promo code HAVOC, HAVOC, going to get you 10% off of your total purchase at checkout. SaatchiDiDinero.com is where you want to go for that. Saatchi Di Dinero, always authentic, never counterfeit. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Best way to support the show, support the sponsors. Supporting the sponsors, you're supporting the show. Let's do this handicapping. First things first. Rough sledding last week.
Yeah.
Your boy went 4-9-2.
Jesus Christ,
Rough.
dude.
Brian went 5-10-1.
Oh. Let's go, Jack.
Jack went 6-9-1.
Nice, Jack.
Nice.
We each did a game better than each other. Actually, no. You pushed 2.
I had a
so
second
technically,
push, yeah.
Yeah. I did the worst, technically.
I mean, I guess.
Depends how you look. So good job, Jack. You did the
Dude,
best.
it feels
That's
great.
6-9-1.
Me and Jack lost the same amount of games, but he has 2 more wins than me. How does that even make sense?
I don't know.
It's just the power of the numbers, you know.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
All right.
Whatever.
All right.
Maybe my loss count's wrong, but I definitely have 4 wins and 2 pushes. So I think I did the worst. We'll revisit.
Either way,
we'll
hopefully
get
this week's better.
We'll get the shit sorted out at a later date. The point is, we're moving on to this week. Giants Niners tonight. San Fran's -10. We playing these numbers or we're playing the current numbers?
We can do current. I'll look them up and I'll change them on here as we go. I know this is 10 and
Because we know this is 10.5. I'm gonna begrudgingly take San Fran 10.5.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
gonna take Giants to cover.
Are you?
I am.
All right. So you're gonna be H. All right. Yeah, 10.5, and then you want to roll down, and I'll just find.
Yeah, we got Tennessee at Cleveland.
We're 3.5 at this point for Cleveland.
Cleveland's -3.5 after what we've seen go on. Deshaun Watson is no longer him. Tennessee
Yeah.
+3.5.
Give
I'm
me
gonna take
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee too.
Oh yeah.
Nice. All right. So next up is Detroit. We're still sitting at -3 for Detroit.
I'm still gonna take Detroit.
I'm going to take Detroit.
I think so too. I forgot to answer you in the group chat before, but I did think what you sent was very interesting. The fact that the power rankings are so skewed.
Alessino sent that.
Oh, I thought that was you. My
No.
bad. Oh, my
Yeah.
bad,
He's been-
Alessino, then.
He's been all over Detroit since Tuesday.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy that the power rankings are so skewed and this game is -3.
Dude,
right
Atlanta is a wolf in sheep's clothing. They're a fallacy, a farce. They're hoodwinking you right now. People of Atlanta, do not buy this. It's not going to last.
Next up, it's St. Packers. It actually dropped down to -1.5 for the Packers.
And they're playing. Who?
And they're playing the Saints. Christian Watson rumored to be back. Aaron Jones rumored to be back, but nothing confirmed yet.
I'm just leaning New Orleans here.
Are you? Because I'm
Yeah.
leading Green Bay.
I'm leaning New
wow.
Orleans.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys made this difficult.
Where were you leaning originally?
I'm
I was
locking
leaning
but
New
I'm gonna
Orleans,
take
and
it.
then you said Green Bay. Well, no, originally I was leaning Green Bay, and then I was like, "Fuck, New Orleans might cover." And James was like, "Yeah, I'm leaning New Orleans."
The
And then you were-
covering is interesting.
And then you were like, "Yeah, no, I like Green Bay," and I was like, "Fuck, well, who's better, Jordan Love or the Saints defense?" So
That's not even a question. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, when you put it like that, fuck.
It's Derek
think-
Carr against the Packers defense is where my concerns arise. Do we got Kamara back this week, or is that
no,
next
next
week
week,
5.
next week we got
Go
Kamara
for
back, but Kendra Miller is playing,
Yeah, I'm still.
and I've
going
only
Saints.
heard good things about Kendra Miller. So Jamal Williams got shut the fuck down.
He didn't
That's
play a
cool.
lot.
I know.
Thought he got
Tony
hurt.
Jones, yeah, he got hurt. Tony
Yeah.
Jones lit it up.
I know.
So you know what? I'm gonna go with New Orleans to cover.
I'm sticking with Green Bay. We'll stay there.
I don't. It's not a bad because like I was just thinking about the game, how I think it's gonna play. I don't think going Green Bay is a bad idea.
No, the 1.5 is like,
It's a small number.
yeah. Denver, Miami up next. We're still sitting at Miami -6.5.
Give me Miami. I think Miami wins 30-6 to 14.
Look, they got the guys to put a little clamps on. PS2 could put the clamps on Tyreek Hill a little bit. I'm not saying
Yeah,
they're
but
gonna
I don't
stop him.
think PS2. I think he plays a side. I don't think he follows.
No, yeah, but that doesn't matter. I'm just saying they got the guys on defense. I think they can give Miami some trouble. New England gave Miami a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
On
but that's
Sunday
also
night.
Belichick. That's Belichick's scheme. That's not necessarily relying on a player. Players get got, dude.
The Denver Broncos have a good defense.
I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying I don't think the scheming. I think
I
Bill
think they can
Belichick's
keep it close
scheming
enough
made-
and run the ball well enough against Miami. I mean, the Patriots ran the ball in Miami. I'm going to take Denver to cover. 6.5 is just too big. Maybe
Yeah.
five,
I think
5.5.
so,
no. I'm sticking to
flip.
my guns here.
I'm going Denver.
I think I'm sticking to my guns here. I think I'm going Miami because they just keep going.
I agree with Hawk. I
Miami-
think. Go ahead.
Miami's just come out hot,
Yeah.
and when they were hot, they just lit it up last year.
But define hot. They only put up
They
24.
beat the piss out of. They didn't beat the piss out of the Ravens. They came back against the fucking Ravens. 30. What was the score of that game last year?
The Chargers.
The Chargers. I thought they did that to the Ravens too. They did it
They
twice.
haven't played the Ravens.
No, not this year. Last year.
Oh, I don't know. I'm talking about this year. I don't give a fuck about last year. That
I'm
was
saying
last year.
in games where Miami comes out hot or where they come out hot in the beginning of the season, they're on. Now they're playing Denver. Denver's offense does not compare to Miami's offense. And that's why I'm going to stick with Miami.
Can I ask you a question? Fine, I'm not
They're
trying
going
to
to get
convince
overrun.
you. Do you think the Patriots are a good football team? Do you think the New England Patriots overall, all three levels of the game, from the best player on the team to the 53rd player on the team, do you think they're an above-average football team?
In regards of talent, no. I think as an organization,
In everything,
as a coach,
no.
I think
no,
they are an
the
average
team,
football
the product
team.
on the
I
field.
think the product on the field is an average football team.
Average football
Average at
team.
best.
Average at best. And they were in position to win that game on Sunday night. They were in a position to win that football game on Sunday night. I think there is more talent, a better coach, maybe a weird fucky-wucky thing going on with the quarterback position. I think overall Denver is more equipped to keep this game close than Miami was than New England was on Sunday. So that's why I'm going to take Denver. Like I said, at 5 I might change it, but at 6.5 I'm taking the Denver and the points.
You know what? You're playing a numbers game, and I get it. I feel like Miami kind of runs away with this one. I feel like it's the end of the Russell Wilson era in Denver. But Brian,
I don't disagree with that. I just disagree with the spread. That's all.
I think the way I see this is I think Miami wins this game, but I do agree with Hawk. I think 6.5 is just too big. I think it's just too big, and I'm gonna take Denver, but still I agree. I think Miami wins this game. I just think it's gonna be by a field goal or something like that.
I can't see that.
I get what you're saying though.
They
gave up
it's hard, man.
They gave up 17 points to the Mac Jones dog shit run Patriots offense, where Hunter Henry is the best player and the second best might be Mac Jones. They gave up 33 to the Chargers, who are 0-2 and probably not going to the playoffs this year. I'm just saying their offense is lights out. They are playing very good football right now. Might be tough against Denver. They might be able to run the ball on them a little bit and do some things and keep it close. 6.5 is a big number.
When
That's
you
all we're saying.
lose to the Raiders, who are also an average team, lose to the
What was the
Raiders
score of that game?
17-16.
Okay. And what was the score of the game last week?
Finding it.
It was 35-33.
35-33.
What are they both?
Hmm?
What are they both?
You're saying
Close games?
close games,
One
yeah.
possession games? Both games that Denver was in position to win late. That's all I'm saying. Look, we're not saying we disagree with you. Why are you getting so fucking heated about this?
Because I just...
It's okay when we don't all agree with your pick. No one's telling you not to do it.
I'm not that heated. I'm just saying.
I'm not talking you out of it.
I
Giving my
feel
opinion.
as if this is where the wheels fall off. I think this
good.
is it.
Brian, do me a favor. Star this. Put a big fat star on this one. We'll revisit it on next Thursday. We'll revisit it then, because you feel strongly about it. So we're gonna revisit it and talk about it.
I get what he's saying.
I get it too.
Because Miami they do come out and they blow the doors off. It's a fast team.
It's a fucking track team out there. I get it.
But I could see, and this isn't really like play both sides, but I could see the game going both ways. I could see it being like Miami wins, but it's kind of a dogfight. I could see Miami coming out and having 21 points by the middle of the second. It really just depends. It being at Miami is interesting, because the Denver thing is always like the mile high. And all that
If you can
bullshit,
run the
but-
football on the Miami Dolphins, you can control them. I believe they're an average to below average run defense. I don't have PFF in front of me. But
Right.
Let's move on though.
Chargers,
To this next
Minnesota.
Minnesota -1. I've updated all the spreads, so we'll be good from here on out. I don't even know who to take with this game, because I feel like it's honestly a toss-up, and the -1 fucking reflects that.
Whoever loses, it's over for them. And because I think it would make it fucking awesome being in the New York market for the Vikings to continue to suck, more and more people are going to be calling for the Jets to pull a trigger on Kirk Cousins. I'm taking the Vikings because I want that boy to stay in Minnesota. And I'd love nothing more than to see. I got to stick to my guns on Brandon Staley, first coach fired. The guy is no good at coaching football and leading men. Chargers dropped to 0-3. Staley's immediately on the hottest of seats.
Yeah.
Less than a month into the year. That's your boy.
I'm taking Minnesota because all the Chargers do are lose one-score games in the last 2 minutes. It's
We'll
pretty
lose
much
in overtime.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
Or in overtime. It's always the same shit.
They couldn't fucking stop a nosebleed, dude.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Minnesota. No Eckler's kind of gonna fuck you up. think about it. Josh Kelly.
Chargers
And,
defense couldn't stop their own car.
not talking about the defense. I'm talking about the offense. So you think
I'm
there's going to be
talking
any
about
fucking
the-
defense played in this game, James?
Yeah, the Minnesota defense is significantly improved from what it was the last couple of years. Yes, they do play better defense. They're an average to above average defense. Pull out the numbers, dude.
You know what? Whatever.
Minnesota, I
Give
thought
me
they were pretty,
Minnesota.
middle of the pack as far as.
I've watched
Their
all of
defensive
their
numbers have
DBs
increased
fuck
significantly
up
over the last 2
against
years.
Philly.
Philly's arguably a top 3 team in the NFL, and they were still, again, in position to win that football game. They made enough plays to win the
No
game.
thanks to the defense. Give me
Look at-
Minnesota and let's move on.
All right. Next is New England versus the Jets. They got New England minus 2.5.
Give me the Jets to cover.
The Jets.
Yeah, I'll take the Jets too. That just seems.
We
They
talk
get
about
one
the
at
Jets
least a
how
year.
long. I don't need to fucking make a
Dude,
point. They just got to get after
The
it.
Patriots
Right.
suck.
They do low key suck.
They suck, dude.
We got Bills versus Commanders minus 6.5
For the Bills?
for the Bills. Is high. I considered Josh turnover concerns last week when I didn't touch Buffalo, but I was wrong for not touching
Yeah,
them.
but the Raiders are a bad team.
Commanders.
Last week,
Oh.
the Raiders are a bad team with not a lot of talent and a guy who I believe has no business as a head coach in the league.
So,
I feel very differently about Washington. I think they have a ton of talent. They have Ron Rivera, who is a great leader of men. And Eric Bieniemy so far he's had a fucking bone to pick with the league this year, and he's
Right.
executing. Give me Washington plus 6.5. Give me Washington. That defense gets 2 turnovers, and they can win this football game.
Chase Young played last week?
I don't know.
I think he's been playing. I
Really?
think.
Well, he had that foot thing from the camp he went to. He
Right. Oh, right, over
he
the
broke
summer.
his
yeah.
fucking foot
Yeah.
or whatever.
My man's always hurt, dude.
You know what? I'm really. And what are the Bills right now? They're 1-1,
Yeah.
and they beat Vegas handily last week.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I'm gonna run with Josh Allen regression. I'm gonna take the Commanders to cover.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Commanders too.
And you know what? We're gonna be looking at this next week, and we're gonna be like, "Holy fuck!" You know, we were so wrong about this
Right.
game. But you know what? I just want to go with what my gut feels.
So next up we got Jacksonville and Houston. Jacksonville minus 9. And this one's tough
And
because
the Colts won by 9 last week, so that's the tough part.
I might take Houston, even though I don't think they win this game.
Just the cover. I mean, you know, you're playing a safe game there. Just the cover.
I mean,
Jim, how do you feel?
I think the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars got a lot to prove, coming off of a stagnant week last week.
I think
I
we're
think-
looking at.
I think the Jaguars are way more talented and way more well coached and more creative as an offensive football team, as the Colts are, especially after a Rich went down and Gardner Minshew was still able to slice and dice him. I think Jacksonville 9 is. I mean, is it a lot? Yeah.
You know what? I think
Would
we're
I
looking
play it
at
at
27
11 and a half?
9.
Yes.
I think we're looking at 27-9. So you know what? I think I'm gonna go Jacksonville.
all right, I'm going to stay on Houston. Hope for a close game. We'll see what happens. Next up, we got Colts versus Baltimore, and it's Baltimore minus 8.
Any word on Anthony Richardson?
I mean, he's in the concussion protocol. I doubt it's 1 week out return, unless he.
So no.
Passed
So
off
we
his-
got Minshew mania.
We may. I'll look it up real quick, but
Some game management against the.
I know
the
usually with
Ravens.
the concussions, the NFL don't bounce them back
They don't.
that quick.
I'm gonna take Baltimore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he remains in concussion protocol today. Won't practice.
You know what?
So
I'm
not
gonna go Baltimore as well, just based on the
Excuse me.
fact that game managing isn't gonna get you there.
I'm
gonna
going
take
Baltimore because Lamar seems to be on his way to fully back,
Yeah.
and Zay Flowers.
He
is
hasn't
that
scored
dude.
this year. I think he threw 1 passing touchdown last week. That was it. I don't think he's gotten in the end zone. I think he's got 1 score on the year on
Honestly,
the board.
I think Jack's right.
He might be right.
Yeah, I think he's right.
Are
He
they
hasn't
2-0 though?
They are 2-0, but I don't think he's rushed a
Yeah.
touchdown.
It's the offensive scheme has been getting them there. Like they
Zay
have a,
Flowers is a
they've been
beast.
getting
Yeah.
there.
Next up, we got the Panthers versus the Seahawks minus 6.5.
Andy Dalton is starting this game.
Oh,
For-
really?
His
The
Bryce Young's
Panthers?
little 10th grade body is already not holding up. Yep. Little sophomore Young. Andy Dalton gets the start. Seattle gets the cover.
Yeah, that's how I feel. This team's bad.
Yeah.
This team is garbage.
Yeah.
It's
The
tough.
fact that Adam Thielen went there at 31, 32 years old, whatever he is, and said that he was going there because he believed the team had a chance to win a Super Bowl is fucking garbage.
He was just being nice.
He's like,
It was
I just wanted my money. And
I was about
went
to say
back
it's
to
probably the
South.
best contract he got, but I think we'll start forward. I think it's a perfect spot for Thielen. Low expectations, not a team in the playoffs.
So I could get a contract, I could start, and I can move somewhere warm.
right. Next up, we got Chicago versus Kansas City, minus 12.5 for this one. And it sounds like the Bears are slowly imploding, even though Justin Fields hugged his offensive coordinator today, so that was a big deal.
I think we're seeing the designed runs.
It's
this
a
game.
lot of points.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking points, man. What have the Chiefs done so far to excite you,
I
to
know.
entice you into taking them to cover 12.5?
So here's how I'm looking at it. The Bears defense is not there this year, and I think I'm going to take the Chiefs to cover. I ain't say it
It's
yet,
very
but
risky. I mean,
it's risky. But this is one of those games. Have we seen a high cover besides the Bills? Have we seen anyone cover that highly before this year?
did Dallas cover last week against the Jets?
Yeah,
They covered.
I think that's
Dallas
the
won
only one.
40-0 against the Giants.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
but what was the spread? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, they covered it.
Oh, they smashed it. It was
I'm sure it was.
actually
you know
it was
what?
40.
I have my week
It
one.
was a
It was
I have
40.
my week one thing
Yeah,
going,
they
yeah.
fucking pushed
It
it.
was 5.5 for Dallas.
yeah,
5.5.
Week one.
smashed
And it wasn't a high spread.
covered it by 34.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll go Chiefs just because it feels
I
like
was
a
gonna
get
say,
right
if,
game.
I was gonna say this
But I
feels like
will
the
not
game.
be surprised if they don't cover.
Yeah, I'll go Chiefs because I don't want to feel dumb. Honestly.
I don't feel
Because
dumb.
I think that too. I
I
think
don't-
this is where like we see a Mahomes 350 game and it's just like he's
I think-
back.
I think we're looking at
Oh shit!
Justin Fields over fucking 100 rushing. That's what I think we're looking
Jeez.
at. I think the runs come back this year, and definitely the runs for the Browns. But I think the running game comes back, and we start to see we're going back to what we had
A
last
little
year.
Pacheco. Is that what you're saying? Or are you talking
No,
about
I'm
Chicago?
saying, I'm talking in Chicago. I think Fields is, instead of looking like a dumbass in the pocket,
they're just gonna run 45
they're gonna
times.
fucking
trying to
run
play
45
forward.
times. Khalil Herbert's gonna score a touchdown. Fields gonna have a touchdown. Fucking
You know,
Roshan
end of
Johnson's
the
gonna have a
end of the
touchdown.
year is Zach for Fields. Who says no?
God, I guess it depends on how this year goes, really. Yeah.
I mean,
it really depends on how this
we're
year
too
goes.
early. It's too early.
Let's
Um,
keep it moving. I just realized
next
we're about
up-
to kick off if we don't
Oh,
kick off.
next up, Dallas, Arizona. Dallas, we got minus 12.5.
Cover.
Take Dallas.
Yeah, give me Dallas.
Although Trey Diggs did tear his ACL today.
Steelers, Vegas. We have Vegas minus 2.5. I'm gonna take the Steelers.
I'm
on
gonna
that
take
one.
the
I'm gonna
Steelers.
take the Steelers.
And then Philly, Tampa Bay. We got Philly minus 5.
Give me
I'm
Philly.
gonna take Philly.
Actually, hold on.
I'm gonna take Tampa Bay.
Oh.
The defense is very good. Philly has
Defense is
been
good.
rattled more than they haven't been so far on offense this year. If it wasn't for that stupid tush push mosh pit quarterback sneak, which you know is bullshit, Jalen Hurts, you know it's bullshit.
Yeah, the league is already.
Nick
talking about
Sirianni, you know it's
looking at it.
bullshit. You all
Okay.
know it's bullshit. It's unsafe. It's unfair to the defensive players to even suggest they should have to try it. I hope to God this rule gets put in at the end of the year. I'm gonna take Tampa Bay.
I'll take Tampa to cover.
All right.
Quick
I'm gonna take
update.
Philly.
San Francisco's already in the red zone.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah, I'm glad. I
The
didn't
game
bet on this
started
game.
less than 5 minutes ago. It's not even 8:25 yet. Last game we got Rams, Cincinnati. Cincinnati was 1.5, moved up to 3. Just figured I'd mention that 'cause it's actually a significant movement. But I don't know, dude. I might take the Rams because Cincinnati is scaring me. It's scaring me.
I'm gonna take the Rams. I'm gonna take the Rams.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Rams too. All right, so
First and 10 in the red zone right now.
perfect.
So
Let me know if it's
All right.
Kittle, and I'll get my redemption on there.
Let's get 3 locks.
3 locks for you, boy. I think Kansas City's a lock, but that's... Yeah, you know what? We'll take Kansas City off because that's just kind of like a cheap one. I think Detroit's a lock. I think this line's disrespectful, and I think a lot of other people feel the same way. 3 locks.
Yeah.
Give me Baltimore on my 3rd lock. And... Jets on a lock against the Patriots. They usually split the division every year anyway. Like,
I'm gonna take the Jets. I really do think that we're primed to kick the shit out of these guys finally. 0-14 in the last 14 against them. It's been 7 years since the Jets beat the Patriots. Jack was fucking a freshman in high school. It's a sad state of affairs. I'm going to take a lock on the Jets. I'm also going to take a lock on the Detroit Lions because I feel like 3 is disrespectful at home against the Falcons, who, you listen to the show, you know I think they suck. And then I'll lock, I'm not even positive with the numbers, but I'm going to lock the over on the Minnesota Chargers game. I believe it's somewhere around 54, 55 and a half.
I believe Gage told us it was around 54 earlier. So you know what? I'm going to lock the over in that game, in the Minnesota Chargers game. All right, that was a mortal lock. Going to lock the Lions as well, and then have a look at the spreads. Who? And you know what? Should I get goofy or should I just ride right now?
They're called locks. The idea is that it's a lock.
Give me Jacksonville, but for the spread.
all right. Now we're at $1,000.
Glizzy God.
Glizzy God. I mean,
The Glizzy
unfortunately,
God
it
of the week.
can't be the Steelers. I don't know if you can see that too, Jack. Sorry.
I like the Rams. I like Tampa. I like them both. I
You
really
know what?
do.
We're gonna play it. We're gonna play it safe this week. For me, I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Here's why I'm going Tampa over the Rams, because since he's 0-2, back against the wall, you start 0-3, you basically could kiss the playoffs goodbye, although it is possible you might sneak in at like 9-8. Philly's 2-0, it's not going to be the same sense of urgency. This Tampa Bay team is playing with a chip on their shoulder. They feel like they were disrespected and discredited. Baker Mayfield's playing decent football. The defense is elite. I don't know if we're going to see Philly just steamroll through the NFL, you know. I think they struggled with the Patriots team, who we've all already expressed we feel are dog shit. And then struggle with Minnesota. I mean, Minnesota was in a position to win that game as well. So a lot of teams are talking they might put themselves in the K.O. Williams sweepstakes.
Right.
Tampa.
I'm going to take the
It always
Rams
was.
with Jack. I was going to take Tennessee, but I just don't feel that confident to do that. So we'll go with Rams.
All right, so now we got the $1,000.
Before we get there, field goal attempt by the Niners. Good. 3-0
All right.
with 8 minutes
So my
left
George
in the
Kittle
first.
touchdown is still alive. That's what it sounds
Is it first or any?
like. Any.
Forcing the ball to
I don't do
Debo in
first
the red
because I just
zone.
feel like I'm lighting my money on fire every time I.
Yeah, it's a waste. It's like buying a lottery ticket.
I don't know how you'd feel 3 straight targets to Debo in the red zone.
I love it because he's on my fantasy team.
Right off the rip
We'll
here.
take it.
By the way, we should do this even though last week, let me get to it. We lost 1,000, so we're at a negative a rack. Lost 100 on the Jets money line. Lost 200 on Detroit -5. Lost 300 on Giants -5.5. Lost 300 on the Green Bay money line. Down at that, and then we parlayed them all together with the other 100. Lost everything. Not
Goddamn.
a single win. It wasn't great.
All right,
So it
let's get
seems
right.
like we're not learning from our lessons because since I feel we all said Detroit, I feel like we should put at least 300 on Detroit -3.
I'm okay with that.
I'm with it.
All right.
It's 300
So
to win
300.
272. Once again, we all said the Jets name, right?
We did.
We did.
With the spread?
You want the spread? I think they're gonna win.
Oh, so you want to go money line?
Yeah.
Let's go money line.
I'm sure it's
What
plus
is it? Plus like
I would
115 or something.
2.5. Yeah, I would guess. How much do you want to put on them?
How good do you feel about it?
Do we feel better or worse than Detroit?
I really am confident that the Jets are gonna ram the ball down their fucking throat. I really am. but you know,
We could throw 300 again.
Plus
was kind of the-
120.
so 300's gonna pay out what 360.
Yes.
I'm in.
All right. So we got 400
more.
to play around with. There's probably no value in Kansas City. We all like the Rams, Pittsburgh, Dallas, Minnesota, but I wouldn't touch a Chargers game personally.
So do.
I
before
like
we-
the idea of taking the Steelers money line.
And we got how much left?
400.
Yeah, Steelers money line's probably similar to what the Jets were, you would think, because they're both 2.5. Or Baltimore.
Pittsburgh's the same as the Jets money line.
Yeah.
So are we gonna take it?
You want to?
You want to do 300 to win 360?
Yeah, on a Sunday night game.
You want to do 300 on it?
Oh, we only have 400 left.
Yeah.
Why don't we do 200 there, and then we'll
Yeah.
do 200 somewhere else? You
Sure.
want to do that?
200 to win 240.
240. This was 360. I'm not sure if odds on
You guys, I'm cool if you guys want to take the Rams. 200.
that. I'm okay with the Rams because I feel like
With the spread or the money line? It's only 1.5, right?
yes, it's probably plus 100. You would think
Pulling that up. Plus 130.
130. So that'd be
So
100 to win 200.
260.
260.
I'm with it.
I'll do it. Sure.
We got another 100 left. Yeah.
Yes.
I thought we just did 200 and
We
200.
put 100 on the Rams.
Put 100 on the Rams. Okay,
So
so we got a parlay?
Yeah. You want to do a parlay?
You want to parlay that shit?
No.
It's a lot of
No.
dogs, though.
No. I think he meant a separate parlay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking the over in the Chargers-Vikings game.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm thinking the Pittsburgh money line and Lions to cover. And I'm bringing.
A fourth.
No, I think we should stay 3 legs here. Save ourselves some time.
So
So that brings us to plus 675. I think that's great odds. And 100 gets you
675.
Ta-da!
so over that, Detroit to cover, and you took who else was it to cover? Pittsburgh money line?
Pittsburgh's money line. Plus 675.
So I used to take notes in school whenever you know this stuff's to write. Or just section off all my parts so I could just look at them later.
Focus up.
That's the way it
Don't
goes.
tell
baby.
me you have ADHD without telling me.
Probably OCD, but
Yeah, well, it's all
One and the
it's
same,
all
really.
autism at this point. Right? It's pretty much all just on the spectrum.
I feel like that.
I don't
every
know.
day.
I'm no expert. One more time. We're gonna put
I could read it for you.
Go
Which
ahead.
ones we going for?
tell
All
the
right,
people what we're doing.
1,000. All right, so we got 300 Detroit -3. We got 300 on the Jets money line. It was 300 to win 360. We got 200 on the Pittsburgh money line to win 240. We have 100 on the Rams money line to win 260. You looking at me crazy?
No, 100. No, it was 100 to win 130. It would have been 260 if we put two
Oh,
Rams plus
sorry, guys.
130.
100 to win 130 on the Rams. And then the parlay we have is over in the Minnesota Chargers, Detroit -3, and the Pittsburgh money line was 100 to get 675 for that.
That's correct. That's our show. Let's win some fucking money this week, fellas.
Let's
do
win
it.
on this $1,000.
What?
Let's win on this $1,000. Last week was
Yeah,
fucking
let's get ourselves
tough.
out of the fucking hole here. Down 1,000 earlier. Remember last year we went down to negative 10 racks. Last year was
Yeah.
bad. It was a bad year.
Well, that was because that one time we round robined a whole bunch of things and then fucking lost.
And then none of them hit.
Yeah. So yeah.
Jack, any closing remarks for the people?
Giants marching down the field right now.
Are they
2
really?
third down completions in a row.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
not the Giants.
Before we
I
go,
know.
can we get a score check on the Coastal Carolina game?
Yeah.
For the
Daniel Jones pass complete to the San Francisco 48. Catch made by Gary Brightwell. Gain of 18
That's my
yards.
favorite receiver.
I thought he's a running back, isn't he?
Yes.
I don't even know who he is. That's why I said that.
I thought you were going to say Daniel Jones pass complete down the field to San Francisco 49ers.
That's what I thought he was
linebacker
gonna
Fred Warner.
That would have been electric. But
Coastal
no.
Carolina's tonight. What are they in?
Yeah.
Which conference?
Sun Belt.
That's last week, though.
No, what?
Is they considered week 4? It's 14-3 right now.
14-3 Georgia State. So bad. Bad start.
Bad.
Super bad.
Not bad for the over, though. So
No,
there's
keep
two.
scoring.
There's two legs to this bet. I've seen them dig me out of worse before. Go Shauna Clears. Ready to close this thing?
Yeah.
We're brought to you by House of Epic Podcasting, Sachi Di Dinero, Stay Thirsty Company, Justin's Shop Shop at West Hampton Beach, Dino Skate Park.
And that's it.
Peace out.
Stay tuned, motherfucker.